The energy shocks are hitting the world extremely hard. And how you can prepare for them, ideally starting today, you'll find out in this video. And I would say, let's take a direct look at the whole thing because the situation is really critical. And once again, I've brought in some help for today's video from Dear Kim Gao Energy, who will explain to you that what you're seeing in the news right now doesn't actually reflect what's really happening here on this planet. And by now, we're talking about two complete energy shocks that are hitting us here.
Biggest energy crisis of all time. International Energy Agency Chief Birol warns of the worst energy crisis in decades. World headline, biggest energy crisis in history. Finland's president says it may be worse than the coronavirus pandemic.
And for exactly this reason, I sat down all day yesterday for you and created a complete crisis plan, what you can do. And here it's extremely important to understand once again, having the thing and never needing it is many, many times better than needing it. And then not having it after all. But you'll get everything in this video. And there are a few things that I will discuss with you again in detail. Exactly, so that you don't limit yourself, just walk out there and simply believe what people out there are telling you. That the energy supply is absolutely secure. If you want to support this channel, I would really appreciate a like and a subscription. That would really help this channel. And let's take a look at how secure the energy supply is around the world right now.
Great Britain faces fuel rationing. Slovenia is the first country to ration fuel. Fertilizer shortages are becoming noticeable. In Australia, as you can see here, and especially in this area, almost all gas stations are already out of fuel.
The crisis plan that you will get from me in a moment, of course, some scenarios have already happened because let's not kid ourselves. We're no longer at the point where we can just talk this whole thing away. And from time to time, I would just read out a few things. Not that I stumble over my words or tell you some nonsense. Stock markets, the price jumps are there. We've all really seen them by now. We can now demonstrably assess and prove storms at gas stations. However, there are now national authorities like the EBV in Germany, the ELG in Austria, or the Cabura in Switzerland. So actually, they should already be entering crisis mode this week. Meanwhile, Germany still thinks it's a good idea to raise fuel prices once a day. You could fill up the gas stations with that. That's absolute nonsense, of course. So what immediate measures should you already be taking today? A, get informed. That's the most important thing you need to do. B, make sure you have some cash at home. It's extremely important. Do you maybe have any precious metals or something similar? Keep them within easy reach and always keep your car filled up if you rely on it. Look, if the tank is, for example, 3/4 full, go to the gas station and fill it up again just to make sure you really have fuel. These are the first 3 measures you want to implement immediately, starting today. Don't worry, you'll get it all in writing in a moment with a complete action list.
I have to say it by now. Friends from the United States is warning the European Union to pass the trade agreement. Otherwise, they risk losing preferred access to LNGs. That's it.
Can we continue now? Related to trade, what should you have at home? Make sure you have enough water. That's really, really important. Here at home, I have to say we have distilled water. That means we boil it ourselves and then put it into bottles. And we also have some larger water tanks that we own, so we're taken care of in that regard. Have potatoes at home, basic food supplies, that too. I think many of you have already made these preparations anyway because of the gas storage levels, which are extremely low. But since we have new viewers, I'll go through all of this again. Vegetables, legumes, fruit, nuts. I'll link all of this for you down below in the video description. Milk, dairy products. Really make sure that they're shelf stable, that you store them in a dark place, and always keep the expiration date in mind. Take away the newest items and put the others underneath. Meat, fish, and eggs are things where I have to say, okay, personally, I would rather do without them. Or rather, we have a farmer here that I can reach by bike. Having good oils at home is really, really important, cooking oils, etc. And remember the hygiene products, 2 packs of toilet paper are enough. Don't buy 30, 40, or 50 packs. You'll trigger a rush, making other people feel compelled to buy it all as well. I've already seen it at Lidl. I mean, I don't buy it, but the flour is just all gone. For example, I'm the kind of guy who buys everything directly from the mill. Even there at my own mill, I can see right now that a lot of things are out of stock.
There are also countries that are doing something like Spain is putting in 5 billion euros to relieve people. The International Energy Agency chief Beryl warns of the worst energy crisis in decades. To this day, we've lost 11 million barrels per day, which is more than 2 oil shocks combined, because in the 1970s, only 5 million barrels were lost.
I still have more to say about this. Many people don't even know this, but energy consumption today is just as high as it was in the 1970s. That means we can convert it 1-to-1 to what we actually need. And what do you think? How long will it take until the prices at Edeka, Lidl, Aldi are raised? I really have to say it because fuel prices are so high, they're not coming down anymore. And do you think that the United States is now interested in negotiating with some intermediary countries to, let's say, really fix this chaos? Personally, I don't think so. That's why today I'm going to do another big shopping trip, stock up on everything as much as possible in our storage room. That just helps me sleep better. And let's be honest, nobody here is throwing away any of our food.
And here, by now I see down there it says 231 stations, so in this case gas stations, and 220 of them are partially out of fuel and 31 are completely out. And of course, those are mainly the ones near our border, which is kind of logical. It's just because people are getting it now. They're buying more now, and we don't have more trucks that could transport more diesel or gasoline. It's just a certain amount, X.
So to me, this picture looks the same all over France, not just at the border. So if I look at the same picture or even look at the same page, then I just have to realize that it's happening all over France because here too, the first supply routes are now starting to break down. And that's why I'm giving you the really excellent tip again before it spills over, just like we had back during the sea time. And when everyone starts panic buying gasoline products, do it beforehand. Really do it beforehand. A, you'll be able to cushion the inflation a bit, which means you'll get it cheaper today than next week or the week after. B, you don't have anything you'll have to throw away if you just store dry food. We should mention that too. And I really have to say it like this. If the rush comes right after Easter, then the new assessment from the federal government will also be there. Then there could be so-called runs. Yes, and of course I want to protect you from that. So you can say, okay, if I can't get any pasta today, then I just won't get any pasta today. That's almost like in the 70s. One last point, especially for the new viewers, that's why it's at the very end. Guys, please pay attention. This is extremely important. Have a solar panel at home, not just a small power bank, but a real solar panel at home with a proper battery. I've shown them hundreds of times already. This isn't an advertisement, but something like this can really save you later. Just to make some hot water or something similar, nothing has to happen. And let's be honest, by the height of summer at the latest, you're going to love that thing anyway, because you can turn on a radio outside, because you can just set something up outside. And besides, it saves a whole lot of electricity if you, let's say, have energy intensive things running